No one has understood exactly what it means, because for literally thousands of years, the Sphinx was buried up to its neck in sand.
Egypt suddenly shut down the Sphinx because a drone saw something secret that no one was meant to find. This shocking event has ignited wild rumors and theories, thrilling those like Boriska, who always doubted the usual tales about this ancient guardian.
Is that the body of the Sphinx, and therefore the original statue, had to go back to pre-Sahara time.
Boriska Kipriyanovich, a young Russian known for his bold theories on ancient mysteries, now feels his doubts were right all along. What is so dangerous hidden inside the Sphinx that it had to be kept from us? Let us uncover the dark secrets buried within the Sphinx, Egypt's ancient guardian. Boriska has made remarkable claims about the Sphinx, a giant limestone statue with a lion's body and a human head. This statue has stood near the Great Pyramid and fascinated scholars and tourists for ages. Built around 2600 BC for Pharaoh Khafre, the Sphinx has long been a topic of interest among historians and archaeologists trying to understand its origins and purpose. Several years ago, Boriska Kipriyanovich, a young Russian boy, caught the public's attention with his unique insights into ancient structures, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza and the Sphinx. His discussions made both experts and enthusiasts curious, hoping to uncover long-lost knowledge. Imagine the Sphinx not just as a huge statue, but as a gateway to unknown worlds or a vault filled with forgotten wisdom. This idea has always fascinated Boriska since he was a child, even though his parents never mentioned such ideas. They were often surprised by his deep thoughts at such a young age. Boriska's life is fascinating, especially because he was seen as a child prodigy from an early age. He showed remarkable abilities far beyond those of his peers. Amazingly, at just 2 weeks old, Boriska could hold his head up, a feat that takes most babies much longer to achieve. This early sign of his rapid development was just the beginning. By a few months old, Boriska was already speaking, surprising everyone with his early language skills, a rare sign of advanced cognitive development. His exceptional talents didn't go unnoticed. People became more and more intrigued by his unique abilities. However, what truly amazed everyone was not just his early developments, but the depth of his intellectual curiosity as he grew. Unlike other children his age, Boriska didn't just play or engage in casual talk. He had deep discussions, asked smart questions about the world, and showed an understanding far beyond his years. His interests went beyond typical childhood activities, drawing him to the mysterious histories of ancient civilizations, making those around him eager to listen to his thoughts. Boriska's journey didn't just make him a local sensation. It sparked discussions among educators and historians, puzzled by how a young boy could have such deep knowledge without formal education. His views on the Sphinx, seeing it not just as a structure of stone and sand, but as a portal to ancient wisdom, invited both skepticism and wonder. But this wasn't the most surprising part. How could such a young mind hold so much knowledge and insight? Boriska, with his remarkable intellect and unique abilities, made people rethink how we see child development and our understanding of history. His life showed the untapped potential of young minds, urging us to think about the profound mysteries of our past and the hidden knowledge still waiting to be discovered. Imagine the Sphinx hiding secrets that could change what we know about history. The mystery deepens as we consider what Egypt might be trying to keep hidden. Boriska's insights remind us that sometimes extraordinary discoveries come from the most unexpected places, even from a young boy with a curious mind. Discover a child whose talents reach beyond this world, from art to the cosmos. Boriska was a remarkable child. He had a great understanding of books and could express his ideas through drawings and paintings. This was impressive for someone his age. His skills showed that he was not just smart, but also very talented in art. As he did more complex activities, it became clear that his abilities were special. From a young age, Boriska amazed everyone with his skills. He was not only good at reading and drawing, but also speaking clearly and explaining ideas. In kindergarten, his teachers were surprised by his advanced writing and language skills. His memory was incredible. He could remember small details about different subjects and events, which always impressed those around him. Boriska was not just a smart kid. He had extraordinary abilities that set him apart from others. What made him even more interesting was his claim of being a pilot on Mars in a past life. He talked about this confidently and described the planets and their societies in great detail. His ability to describe these alien worlds was so convincing that it was hard to ignore. His teachers and classmates were fascinated as Boriska told stories about life on other planets. These stories painted a picture of a world far beyond our own. His narratives showed not only his amazing imagination, but also sparked curiosity about the universe. Boriska often talked about Mars and other planets, describing their looks and what they were made of. He painted vivid pictures of societies with different beings, each having its own culture and way of life. But this wasn't the most surprising part. Boriska had never learned about space from his parents or at school. His parents were shocked by his deep knowledge of space, which was far beyond what a child his age should know. In his stories, Boriska described the Great Pyramid of Giza in ways that changed the usual understanding of this ancient structure. He spoke of hidden rooms inside the pyramid that were yet to be discovered, suggesting it was more than just a tomb. Boriska shared detailed stories about these alien societies, from their tall buildings to their busy markets. He explained how these beings managed their resources and government, making his listeners feel as if they were walking through another world. Furthermore, Boriska talked about the Great Pyramid of Giza, built during the time of Pharaoh Khafre around 2580 to 2560 BC. He suggested that the pyramid had secret chambers, adding a new layer of mystery to this ancient wonder and encouraging people to look at it differently. But this wasn't the end of Boriska's surprising knowledge. His insights on these subjects seemed almost supernatural, making everyone curious and amazed. Boriska recently made bold claims about hidden parts of the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx. He said that activating a hidden switch behind the Sphinx's ear could reveal a secret room, possibly holding valuable objects and knowledge that could change our understanding of ancient technology and forgotten history. Boriska's revelations not only grabbed attention, but also led to a reevaluation of historical interpretations and sparked a wider discussion about our past. The giant statue of the Sphinx in Giza has always fascinated people. Many, including Boriska, believe it might have hidden chambers inside its huge limestone body. Boriska wasn't sure what was inside these secret spaces, but his ideas excited both scholars and the general public, sparking a renewed interest in the Sphinx's mysteries. For many years, the idea of secret rooms and tunnels under the Sphinx has intrigued historians and archaeologists. This wasn't a new idea. Experts had been thinking about and looking for these hidden parts for decades. However, Boriska's theories brought a fresh wave of excitement and debate among experts and fans alike. Everyone was eager to find out if these discoveries could change our understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization. An expedition digs deep to reveal hidden truths, the Sphinx's secrets, revealed by modern tech. A big expedition was launched by a team from Wasa University in Japan, led by Sakai Yoshimura. They used the latest technology to examine the area around the Sphinx. They found some cavities and tunnels under its surface. Even though these early explorations didn't reveal any major discoveries, they opened up new possibilities about the Sphinx's structure, hinting at hidden mechanisms or entrances deep below the sands of Egypt. But this wasn't the most exciting part. The public's interest grew with rumors about Boriska. Some thought he might have access to ancient knowledge, or even more fantastically, that he could be a time traveler. While these ideas had no solid proof and were just guesses, they added more intrigue to the ongoing research. Historically, it is believed that Pharaoh Khafre built the Great Sphinx, carving it from a single limestone ridge. The Sphinx is 73 meters long and 20 meters tall and has been the subject of speculation for centuries. Legends and modern technology suggest there might be more to this famous structure than what we see on the surface. Recent technology, especially electromagnetic surveys, has allowed researchers to detect and map spaces inside without damaging the ancient structure. These non-invasive methods have kept the Sphinx intact while suggesting it might have had multiple purposes in the past, possibly serving as a ceremonial site or an astronomical tool aligned with important celestial events for the Egyptians. Each new finding inside and under the Sphinx sparks more study and discussion among scholars, historians, and archaeology fans. As time goes on and we learn more about the Sphinx's hidden parts, our understanding of this ancient marvel grows, leading to even more interest and investigation. But the journey doesn't end there. The quest to fully understand the Sphinx's story is ongoing, with each discovery bringing us closer to piecing together the history of this ancient civilization. The 1970s saw big steps forward in exploring these underground mysteries, with new methods uncovering tunnels and voids under the Sphinx. These discoveries have kept the curiosity alive in the hopes of finding hidden treasures or unlocking more secrets beneath this ancient guardian, pushing forward the search for knowledge about lost civilizations and the true meaning of the Sphinx's long-lasting legacy. Hints of possible passageways within the Great Sphinx have fascinated both scholars and the public. This curiosity has sparked more exploration of this famous monument. With every new discovery and photograph, we learn more about the Sphinx's hidden stories, piecing together its complex history. A dedicated team used advanced cameras to carefully document the Sphinx from different angles. These images were combined to create a detailed 3D model, allowing experts to study the Sphinx without touching it. As technology improved, newer cameras provided even clearer and more detailed views, enabling a closer examination of the Sphinx's surface. Despite the abundance of photos, many scholars remain cautious. They hesitate to support claims about hidden chambers or unknown features of the Sphinx based on the available evidence. They believe more research is necessary. On the other hand, some experts argue that photographs alone aren't enough for firm conclusions and call for more concrete proof to back up any claims. The high-quality images and ongoing discoveries have led to many theories about the origins and purpose of the Sphinx. Some suggest that the Sphinx might be much older than we usually think. This idea and others spark lively debates among researchers, keeping the study of this ancient monument active. Researchers continue to dig deeper into the Sphinx's history and structure, driven by these interesting but unresolved questions. The Sphinx, one of Egypt's most famous landmarks, might be older than we currently believe. Some scholars think it was built around 10,000 BCE, based on unusual erosion patterns seen on its surface. A new theory suggests the Sphinx is older than we thought. The Sphinx and the reigns of a forgotten time. In the 1990s, researcher John Anthony West and geologist Robert Schoch looked closely at these patterns. They noticed the erosion seemed to be from water damage, which hasn't occurred in Egypt for thousands of years. Schoch's water erosion theory suggested that the weathering could only be from rain, challenging the common belief that the Sphinx was built around 2500 BCE during Pharaoh Khafre's time. If Schoch's theory is correct, it means the Sphinx was built when Egypt's climate was much wetter. Even more intriguing, if the Sphinx is indeed that old, it hints at a highly advanced civilization, skilled in building and art, existing long before any known society. Some even connect this mysterious civilization to the legendary city of Atlantis, described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. The idea that such a civilization could have built the Sphinx changes our understanding of human history. It shows that our ancestors might have achieved extraordinary engineering and artistic feats much earlier than we thought. Although various pieces of evidence support this theory, it remains a hot topic among scholars. Moreover, the possibility of uncovering a new chapter of human history through the Sphinx adds excitement and intrigue to the study of ancient civilizations. Such discoveries could revolutionize our understanding of the past, shedding new light on the abilities and accomplishments of our ancestors. The idea that the Sphinx was built using advanced technology is supported by its detailed design and large size, strengthening the theory of a lost civilization. Historians and archaeologists have the tools and knowledge to take on big tasks, like understanding the Great Sphinx and its connection to the pyramids and the stars. Research by scholars such as Robert Ball suggests an interesting link between these structures and the constellation Orion, as it appeared in 10,500 BCE. This might mean that the Sphinx is much older than we usually think. Ball's theory implies that ancient people had a deep understanding of the stars, which influenced their huge constructions. But not everyone agrees with this view. Many well-known archaeologists and Egyptologists say the erosion on the Sphinx is due to natural causes like wind and sand, not advanced ancient technologies. They also mention old texts and legends that talk about a time before the pharaohs when beings with great knowledge existed. These stories support the idea of an advanced ancient civilization, but skeptics warn against using these tales as proof. They point out that so far there is no archaeological evidence of advanced technology being used in these ancient constructions. Despite these disagreements, the idea of a lost civilization keeps people interested, from experts to everyday people. This ongoing debate shows how complex it is to understand historical and archaeological data. Every new discovery can change our view of history, challenging what we thought we knew and suggesting new ways to interpret the past. The Sphinx might have had many purposes, maybe as a temple, a grand monument, or a guardian figure. Many think it symbolized wisdom and power. Its alignment with the stars might also suggest an astronomical function, pointing to a deeper connection with ancient Egyptian beliefs and spirituality. This mix of human achievement and star knowledge invites us to explore more about the ancient Egyptians' worldview. Explore the Sphinx's deep connections to Egypt's kings and gods. Dreams of kingship. Among the pharaohs, there was a strong belief that they were the earthly form of the god Horus. This could explain the pharaoh's face on the Sphinx and its link to Horus. Thutmose IV, a pharaoh from the 18th dynasty, added to the Sphinx's legacy by placing a large stone tablet known as the Dream Stela near the monument. This shows the deep spiritual and cultural importance the Sphinx had, acting as a bridge between the divine and the earthly. The story of Thutmose IV, who while hunting, rested under the Sphinx and dreamt of being promised kingship if he uncovered it from the sands, shows the Sphinx's role in royal destiny and divine approval. His actions not only secured his claim to the throne, but also preserved the Sphinx for future generations. This tale highlights the strong link between the pharaohs and the Sphinx, showing a continuous reverence that lasted beyond Thutmose IV's time. His father, Amenhotep II, and later Ramses II, also showed their respect for the Sphinx. Ramses II, known for his major contributions to Egypt's monuments, undertook restoration projects that emphasized the Sphinx's role as a symbol of royal authority and divine favor. Located at the Giza necropolis, the Sphinx not only guarded this sacred area, but also stood as a central figure in worship and admiration, symbolizing the eternal link between the divine and the earthly, protecting the resting places of kings and overseeing the continuity of spiritual practices in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians believed the Sphinx symbolized the strength and wisdom of their gods. It stood as a guardian at the edge of deserts and pyramids, deeply connected to their culture and religion. Legends said its eyes would glow under the moonlight, calling chosen ones to discover hidden wisdom. These stories, passed down through generations, highlighted the Sphinx's importance in spiritual traditions. Tales filled with divine promises and royal dedications drew scholars and visitors, who found the Sphinx both eerie and beautiful, almost alive. The tales of the Sphinx's glowing eyes are particularly fascinating. Some visitors reported entering a trance-like state when looking into its eyes, experiencing visions that provided personal guidance. In addition to its mystical qualities, the Sphinx is known for its precise alignment with the stars. It faces the rising sun during the spring equinox, a day of balance between day and night, believed to give the Sphinx special powers. There's a belief that the Sphinx can change its facial expressions, reflecting the emotions of its visitors. Many accounts suggest a dynamic interaction between the Sphinx and those who gaze upon it. Legends also say the Sphinx guards profound knowledge, including the key to eternal life, and that solving its riddles could grant immortality. The journey to the afterlife was central to ancient Egyptian belief. They thought the soul faced challenges that tested their virtues. To help, Egyptians built elaborate tombs with necessities and sacred texts like the Book of the Dead, which contained spells to aid the soul. During the weighing of the heart ceremony, the heart was weighed against a feather, symbolizing honesty. If lighter, the person was deemed virtuous. If heavier, they faced dire consequences. This highlighted the Egyptians' commitment to ethical living and moral judgment. Recent findings suggest that natural forces like wind erosion shaped the Sphinx, challenging the view that it was solely a human creation. This interplay between nature and human effort offers a fresh perspective on the Sphinx and its enduring legacy. What are the true secrets hidden within the Sphinx, and why does Egypt want to keep them hidden? Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.